I do have a comment about my worst. So I put a note here. I can't even remember his name, but it's the guy that was timid and always afraid that he was going to screw up. He's one of the side quest guys inside of the hideaway. Half the time, Clive was trying to figure out what he needed for a supply. And the other half, he was trying to pep talk this guy. I don't remember his name. I remember like his voice would like waver and like almost crack when he was talking because he was like timid and always scared of stuff.
Okay. I can't remember who you're talking about, so I can't say whether or not I liked the performance just based off of my memory. But when he was talking timidly, did he sound like a person would talk in real life? Like, would they... did he feel authentic? I
mean, he was kind of talking like this with his voice kind of wavering while he was talking, and like it was that kind of thing. And I was like, okay,
you didn't buy it. You didn't buy it.
Not at all.
Okay,
not at all.
That's
like,
fair.
So again, I not that I hated his performance.
Right.
I didn't think it was like the worst in terms of like he shouldn't have a job type of thing, but it was just
that's good.
Not only was it unbelievable, but it was just like annoying. Maybe it's just because I was annoyed and I didn't like it because I was annoyed.
And that could be the case. He could be good and authentic, but like just be a really annoying voice.
Right.
Like there's plenty of those.
It wasn't an annoying voice. It wasn't like Stewart from Saturday Night Live. It wasn't like that. But it was sort of like that intonation, right? Just like, I felt like I wanted to slap this kid and be like, get yourself together, man. Like, you're a grown man. You can't, that's, so maybe I'm making the mistake of judging.
That's like character judgments though, not actor.
Right. So maybe he actually did a great job from a pure voice acting perspective, but for some reason, like the combination of the character, the voice, and what was going on, it was just like, I hate this dude kind of thing. That's the impression I got from this voice acting. So
that is a fair take. I'm gonna definitely have to look this guy up. Where was he located? Did you say hideaway, or was he? He
was in the hideaway. He kept asking for like these specific supplies, and then Clive would go out to get them and then bring them back.
Oh, was he like an engineer in the bottom?
He was either an engineer or he was in the apothecary. I can't remember which one it was.
No, I know who you're talking about. If he's the guy I think that you're thinking of, who asks you to get like pieces that ended up, at one point it expanded your ability to carry more potions, right? Is it that guy?
I think so. I think it was that guy.
That's interesting because, yes, his performance is super different than all the other performances.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
With him, I had similar thoughts. I'm like, dude, is this guy just like, what is the deal with this guy? Like, does he suck compared to the others?
That is the spirit. You'll love it. I promise.
The conclusion I drew is that the actor was just having a lot of fun with that character. Like, he's like, I'm going to be a goober.
That's brilliant. Thanks a blimmin' million.
And so he just decides to be a goober because it's not like a really authentic, like it doesn't take a lot of acting chops for those particular lines. And so he's like, I'm just going to do my thing and it's going to be fun.
Hey, that's absolutely possible. I'm not saying that he's a bad voice actor. What I'm saying is that I couldn't stand it.
You didn't jive with it. Yeah. Okay.
And a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain.
There's a girl like that, too, who's also an engineer, and she plays it super weird, too. Like, both the engineers just, like, act different. Like real life.
If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop that.
When I was actually writing the notes for this, I considered for a brief moment, like, were they trying to portray a character who was neurodivergent or something like that? And
maybe.
And I'm making fun of somebody like that. So I didn't want that to be the case. But then I was like, no, I don't think that's the case.
No.
The performance just like, it was like nails on a chalkboard.
No, that was just an actor deciding they wanted to be a goober. And just having fun with it. And once I
hope you're right.
I may be wrong, but once I came to that conclusion, I enjoyed his performance so much more because I felt like he was kind of like in on the joke with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? If your whole point of your performance there is you're throwing the game and that's the funny part, I totally get it. That's great. That's hilarious, right? But
if it was accidental, it's not good. It suddenly becomes cringe.
Yeah, when I'm in the game though, playing, right?
Yeah.
And this happens, it just offset me. I was like, what is going on here?
Proper job.
Cool, that's totally fair.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
I totally know who you're talking about now.